Paranormal Punches is part of the Podbelly Network. Go to podbelly.com for more great podcasts.
Hey, y'all. This is Frank the Bigfoot, and you're listening to the Paranormal Punchers.
Hey, friends! Welcome to Paranormal Punchers. I'm Mark.
I'm Alicia.
I'm still Nash.
I'm Dave.
All right. Glad to have another day where I get to hang out with you awesome people and talk about weird stuff. Is everybody doing all right?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm about 3-4 beers in, so you know what? Feeling the glow. The golden glow, one would say. Come on. Reference? Anybody? Anybody? The golden glow?
The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy?
No.
I have no idea.
Nope.
The Last Dragon.
Which actually is an excellent movie.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's one of the best with the whole hand. You can't see it on the podcast, but it's a whole hand.
I mean, obviously, it doesn't sound like I love that movie since I couldn't get it right.
You couldn't get it right.
It's The Last Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Barry Gordy. You know, The Last Dragon. That's right. The golden glow.
I don't know that at all. I feel out of my element.
Dude, you know what? It's Friday night. You should rent a movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that should be it. In fact, I think it's on Amazon or Netflix.
I think it is. I think it is.
You don't even have to rent it.
Show enough.
Ha! Alicia, I promise you I made you watch this movie.
You sure I stayed awake?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the mystery.
I know. On Fridays, it's a mystery for sure, if I even stay awake. But
Well, it's a good movie. You should check it out.
okay.
It is a good movie.
All right. Hey, we're going to be talking about, Nash, I'll let you introduce the topic because this came from your buddy.
Yes.
He said, hey, guys, you should look into this.
Yeah, so we've got a friend who came into town who actually moved to the area, and we were like, why did you come here? But he moved to the area, and it was great seeing him. We went on a hike, he and his girlfriend, Bob and Jenny. And we're talking about various topics and just reminiscing about oddball stuff that we've covered. And he goes, hey, have you guys ever discussed the giants of Solomon Island? And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he gives me a really brief synopsis of it. He's like, well, they found these footprints and there could be this stuff. Just go take a look at it and see what you think. And so, lo and behold, here we are. Thank you, Bob and Jenny. This one's for you. That's it. Yeah, right. Have another beer, Nash.
This one goes out to Bob and Jenny.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Before we dive into that, of course, we got some listener feedback that we would love to jump into here. Let's see this time. Hey, you know what? Brought to you by Moses Family Jerky. The only snack to pack on your paranormal or normal adventure. Spooky Jerky 15. Use that code. Save 15% off your entire order.
It's good.
Yes, it's good.
It's good.
Nash, how would you rate it?
I would give it. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Listener feedback. We heard from James. Y'all should check out the Chickamauga, Battlefield Ghost, and Green Eyes. I live 5 minutes from there, and I run and bike there most mornings. I've had several experiences in the park, but nothing harmful, just spooky as heck. So I just...
Sorry.
I wonder if the mic just picked you up, you burping, which is okay because we'll get to that in listener feedback.
See, there you go.
Where was I? James was trying to backpedal here. I've had several experiences in that park, but nothing harmful. Just spooky as heck. So I just try to be aware. All right, so that is Chickamauga. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Chickamauga, Battlefield Ghost, and Green Eyes.
I think you're pretty close to the mark with the Chickamauga. How do you say it?
Chickamauga?
Chickamauga? I think you're pretty close. That sounds...
I could be off a bit. Best I could do after pre-gaming?
Yeah.
But James, thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely check it out. That sounds interesting. I'm curious about the green eyes. We could probably start theorizing now, but we won't. We heard from Will. Hey, guys. I realized a better way to describe the UFO I saw, it was almost like a shooting star that was super low to the ground and had the same kind of trail that a shooting star would have. But like a light UFO, it was about almost 100 feet off the ground. Now, if you remember, last episode, Will was hanging out on the edge of his fields, listening to some Tom Petty, and he saw this thing, so he wanted to help describe it better. Will, that's awesome. And he also says, if you guys come out to Missouri, you are definitely welcome on the farm. Aww. We have bonfires here all the time. Would love to have you all out.
Oh, that'd be great.
Nice.
And he does say his dad's okay, because if you remember, his dad tested positive for the coronavirus. He's all right. He's only had like a mild fever. Everybody is doing well. Will, I'm
great.
It's great to hear that.
Great.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for inviting us down on the farm. And hey, if we ever get out that way, a bonfire and a cold beverage sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
We heard from Scott T. Hey, guys. I just wanted to share some awesome news. I'm going to be a daddy for the first time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's congratulations. Oh.
And we're recording this before Father's Day, so Scott, that is awesome. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. That's great. Now, keep in mind is before you have the child, there is a little bit of hazing that we have to do. So we do need to meet in person for the father hazing. Just don't forget about that.
Okay.
There's no hazing. There's no hazing. The pregnancy is hazing enough.
Whoa.
Whoa, wait a minute.
The opinions of Nash are not the opinions of the show.
I was just going to say that.
Right. Well, congratulations.
Scott T. also says, I said that the Jenny Wade house was my favorite episode. Now I don't know. LOL. I love them all. You guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Scott. You're awesome for even listening to our little silly show. Thank you so much. We heard from Phantom Gaming. Hey, guys. Phantom Gaming here. I just want to say thank you for helping me through these past few months. You guys have been a big help getting past this pandemic by making me laugh.
Aww.
When I heard y'all talking about my dreams to Miss Rhonda, it helped me get past my grief.
Aww.
Well, I'm glad that helped you, Phantom Gaming. I'm glad Rhonda helped you.
Right. Yeah,
Because truly it was Rhonda that helped with some advice there with your grandma and the visions you were having.
Right.
I hope you're doing well. Thanks, buddy, for listening to the show, and I'm glad we could be there for you, dude. We heard from Haley. Hello, Paranormal Punchers. I just started listening to your podcast at the beginning of January 2020. And I'm almost caught all the way up with your episodes, and I'm listening to episode 87.
Ooh.
Wow.
I love the jokes and the way it feels like I'm in the room listening to the things you guys cover. I love listening to a podcast that is not constantly just telling facts.
What? Wait a minute.
Facts?
We don't tell facts?
No, that is not constantly just telling facts.
Right.
Okay.
And adds things that most people may not know about some of these cryptids.
Right.
I wanted to suggest that you do an episode on the Japanese shape-shifting spirit called Kitsune.
Cool.
Kitsune. Kitsune.
Ooh.
I think that's...
I
Kitsune.
like that.
Kitsune.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or I'm going to be able to pronounce this way easier. Or the Ohio Grassman.
Ooh.
Which is said to be a Bigfoot-like creature. Keep up the amazing work. Stay safe out there. And thank you for taking the time to read my email.
Right
Thank
on.
you for taking the time to listen to the show.
I know.
Yeah, totally. And some great ideas.
The Ohio Grassman.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. And, we've never ventured over to, like, some of the paranormal of Japan. So maybe this would be a really good introduction.
I know.
To some of their legend and lore.
That would be really cool. Yeah, it opened up a whole nother venue.
For sure. Haley, thank you so much. And we heard from Jason. Hey, guys. thank you for giving me a shout out on listener feedback. You guys rock. Also, here's a link to my Paranormal Team's Facebook group page if anyone is interested. It's a podcast, so we can't show the link, but hold on. Remember, if it's not weird, it's not worth checking out. Putty Skin FTW.
What's up?
Now, if you just go on Facebook and look up a group, because I think Jason's got a really awesome group going on here. All kinds of paranormal, all kinds of interesting, fun things to talk about, and some paranormal memes. Just search Night Terror Collective. I joined the group. You should join the group. Jason's awesome. His group's awesome. Check it out. Jason, thank you. And Jason, well, I think I said this last time, he is a patron on Patreon, but he also bought a comic book.
Ooh, very nice.
All right. We got a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
All right.
I'm sorry.
What was that sound? Was that a snarl that you did?
I don't know.
Wow.
I had to fight back the werewolf for a second.
Yeah, I guess so.
Love this show. Been listening since the beginning. Sorry for taking so long to leave a review.
Oh.
The show is great because it really feels like a group of friends having an honest discussion about weird topics. Makes you feel like you are there with them. Keep it up, guys. From Thomas Stone 93.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Sorry for Mark snarling at you.
I know.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Maybe someone was trying to use magic and the werewolf in me was trying to come out to protect everybody.
Maybe. I don't know.
And another 5-star on Apple Podcast.
Right on.
Great podcast. I enjoy this podcast, but please stop the nasty burping. It sounds disgusting.
Oh, Nash.
That's from Rich 8. But Rich 8 still gave us a 5-star.
I know.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you. I will
And
do
you
my best.
did it like 5 minutes. No,
even.
3 minutes into the show, you
Yeah.
belched.
I try to pull away from the mic a
Yeah,
little
you
bit,
still
but
pick it up, honey.
yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It just happens.
I know.
Yeah.
Rich 8, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
I am what I am, just like Popeye.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, turn away, cover.
Cover. Right.
Manners.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know.
We heard from Kevin J. Hey, guys. Say hi to the newest Paranormal Pupper.
Oh.
Kevin J got himself a puppy.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's super
and it was
adorable.
like, he posted it on our group page on Facebook. Kevin J, I hope you're having a great time with your dog, picking up its crap in the backyard.
Hopefully in the backyard.
Oh, boy.
Now I just need a P Punchers bandana for him. I tell you what, dude, hopefully we'll have them
I
ready
know.
soon. Kevin, welcome to the, what do you call that? A fur daddy?
What?
No.
What?
He's now a parent to a dog. It's kind of a...
Isn't a fur daddy something completely different?
Yeah, that's probably...
Yeah, that's it. We didn't talk about me belching. That's a whole nother
That's a whole
level. That's a whole different thing.
It's a whole furry podcast there.
This is a family podcast here.
A 4-legged parent. Is that what they're called? I don't know what they're called.
I think
but-
we probably should move on.
Okay, let's move
Yeah,
on.
good call. Good call.
We heard from Larry. Hey, guys. Broke my ankle the week before last and have been listening to all of your episodes again to help with the boredom of being laid out with not so much else to do. Thank you all so much for being a way to keep my mind off of what I've been going through right now. Larry, I hope your ankle is getting better. Now, Larry, I sent him a PDF of the comic book to help him get through
Nice.
having a broken ankle. Hopefully he enjoyed it as opposed to like made him angry because he didn't like it. Larry, I hope that ankle heals up fast.
I know.
Get back on both feet and then start kicking ass.
You'll be doing cartwheels in no time.
All right, we're going to end this with a message from Jeff. You might know him as Fly, Finchy Fly. He has some theories.
Yes.
And I'd like to see what you guys think about this. So Jeff says, I've been binge listening to the podcast starting from episode 1. In a month, I'm up to episode 58. That's already, listen.
Wow,
That's
that's a lot.
already disturbing.
That's a lot of time
I
listening to
know.
us. Wow.
4 things I've learned and found interesting. Number 1, On episode 57, Dave slips up revealing he's a reptilian overlord. Mark introduces the podcast differently from the normal, throwing off everyone. Despite that, everyone introduces themselves except Dave, who says, I don't know who I am. I guess I'm Dave. A funny joke? Or did he slip up, forgetting the name of who he's supposed to be? Okay. Number 2, the second thing he learned. After listening to us for a while, you start to try to use the pudding skin analogy with everything, even if it doesn't make sense. Almost like mind control from an alien from the pudding skin planet, Mr. Nash. The third thing he learned, Alicia can sense that things are about to go off track. Right before things do, she laughs a certain way. Now, it's possible that she knows the guys well enough to see things going off the rails, or she can see into the future. And the fourth thing, after listening to the podcast for a while, or binge listening to 6 episodes at a time, you say hi to people like, hey, guys. And when something awesome happens, you say, wicked cool, in a Bostonian accent, almost as if Mark is trying to make clones out of all of us.
Nice.
He finishes up by, LOL, sorry for the long post, keep up the great show, guys, and remember, if it's not weird, it's not worth checking out.
Very nice.
Very nice. The show's been great, guys, but Jeff just figured out he cracked the code.
Well, okay. It's time to go.
Our cover has been blown.
Yeah,
That's right.
no.
That's right.
Jeff, if you're listening to this right now, you have 5 minutes.
Oh, boy.
There will be a knock at your front door.
Oh, no.
You must run.
That's right.
Boy.
Or better yet, don't.
I feel like he's completely correct with me. Usually when I know something's going wrong with us, I don't know. I must have a laugh. I don't think I realize I have a laugh, but I'm just kind of like, oh, Lulu.
Oh, Jeff, you forgot about Lulu. When she starts barking,
Yeah.
there's a ghost in the studio.
Well,
Sorry.
that laugh could also be interpreted as more of a, hey, wait till you see this, or wait till you hear this, because
Or-
you could be actually controlling us.
Oh.
Prepping, manipulating through mental something or other.
Okay.
Yeah. Mental influence, I don't know, subtle
Okay.
communications to control the conversation. You're like, here we go, watch this.
Oh, boy.
I don't know.
Or it's me going, I don't know what to do.
That nervous laughter is like, it's
done.
all going down.
Oh, no,
It's
here
terrible.
we go.
I can only do so much.
The
Well,
laugh you have before a train wreck.
I know.
That's right. That's right.
well, if
Stop.
doggy,
Stop.
what you barking at? But also, Jeff, congratulations.
Yes.
Because if you listen to all those episodes in a row in that time frame, you have the coordinates to the Hollow Earth.
That's exactly right. And how we get to and from.
So Dave will be there to greet you.
Yes.
And when you come out from the Hollow Earth, I'll be there to pick you up too. Maybe take you home. Take you somewhere.
Why do you say it like that?
Back to Planet Pudding Skin.
Oh,
What are you thinking about, Mark?
no, I'm just saying, that goes back to number 2. Always trying to way to force pudding skin into the situation.
Yeah.
That's right. See? I'm just saying, it could be
boy.
done. There's
right.
always pudding skin.
Jeff, thank you so much. We appreciate that. If you want to send us feedback, hit us up, paranormalpunchers.com, paranormalpunchers@gmail.com, Facebook, whatever way you like to do it. We're there. Reach out. Touch somebody. All right.
Okay.
What?
What?
What happened?
Touch somebody. What?
Message us.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You just don't know anymore.
I don't know.
You just don't know.
All right. So, Nash, once again, your buddy's name.
Bob and Jenny.
Bob and Jenny, thank you so much for this episode's topic idea. as always, I'm going to shut up and let Lish get us onto that track.
Okay. Well, the Solomon Islands is east of Papua New Guinea. I believe it's in an area of this globe that is called Oceania.
Yep.
And it consists of nearly 1,000 islands.
Kind of like Indochina, Indonesia, north of Australia, New Zealand.
South
It's
Pacific,
like 1,200 miles off the coast of Australia.
Right.
In size, it covers an area slightly smaller than the state of Maryland. Like if you were to put them all like together, so it's a small part of that world. But I feel like because they're all separate, there's a lot going on there. Guadalcanal. I don't know. Is one of the largest of the Solomon Islands. Its mountain peaks, and I copied this from something. Its mountain peaks are blanketed in eerie, moss-covered cloud forests that have rarely been explored by scientists.
The clouds are moss-covered?
No, I think they were trying to use a lot of descriptive words there, but basically, like, a lot of people don't go there. So it gives you an idea, like, there's a lot up there that we just maybe don't know.
It's spooky.
Is this like the Mysterious Islands from Jules Verne, where it's covered in fog and...
So I wrote this down, and I think they meant slogan, but it says the Solomon Islands logo. I think they meant slogan.
That'd be awesome.
No, maybe they had a logo.
That would be awesome if they had a logo.
Is the place that time forgot.
Oh, that sounds like something out of a Jules Verne novel.
Not a logo. I would say a slogan, really.
Maybe it's a logo.
I don't know.
It could be a log on.
Log on?
Yeah, because that's actually their password.
Oh, maybe that's their travel tourism.
Oh.
Solomon Islands. Log on.
I don't
That's
know.
it. See?
The Aluna Sutahuri tribe, and I did not say that correctly, they recognize that these areas as home to the Mumu, which is giants.
Oh, I thought they meant the large dresses.
No, Mumu in their language is giant. And then Vele, which is... they say sorcerers, but yes.
Sorcerers,
but
wizards
it's
and giants?
Like witch doctor almost kind of a thing?
Yeah,
or...
something like that. It is also a region that contains species that are found there that nowhere else in the world is.
So kind of like the Darwin Islands, where because there's so many islands geographically, they're far enough away to that if a species were to be on one particular island, it's far enough to not get to the other island, so it will go on its own evolutionary path.
Right. So there's a lot of so it's almost like this area is very secluded and there's isolated. A lot of isolated. So there's not a lot of things that are going on. Like we just don't know about it. Okay. Now to move to what the Solomon Islands giants look like. Mm-hmm. Okay. I have some descriptions here for you.
So
I know.
Excited.
They are over 10 feet tall with evidence that they may grow taller than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found they range from 20 feet tall to 7 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah, they went from really big to like, holy macaroni, what is that?
I feel like the 10 feet tall is maybe the average. I don't know.
Okay.
They have very long black, brown, or reddish hair.
Okay.
They have protruding double eyebrows. Bulge.
Wait, double eyebrows?
What do you mean
That's
by-
what it says, double eyebrows. So I don't know if they have like
They're stacked on top of one another?
I don't know, or they just maybe seem so big that maybe there's double.
They're double.
I don't know.
They got
So it's
two rows of eyebrows?
Like on your forehead, up here, there's another forehead crease. Is there like a
maybe.
whole another set of eyebrows up there?
I don't know.
What would be the reason for that?
I don't know.
That's a lot of eyebrow.
to make you could have a really angry look.
Doubling.
Double eyebrows.
Yeah, you double.
Right.
Yeah, if both go down to that look.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It's a double. You'd be really pissed off.
Super angry.
Wow.
They have
What did we just say?
they have bulging red eyeballs,
Of course. But
and a flat nose and a wide gaping mouth.
wide gaping mouth.
Yeah, or gapping. What I have written
it's
here is
gaping.
No,
gapping.
gaping's fine.
Gaping is good.
Gapping has a whole nother.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Some of this stuff I actually copied from some of these other websites, and I feel like there was a lot of misspellings. So I don't know what they meant, but I think gaping is the correct
That
thing.
gaping would be the correct.
So
Yeah.
you double eyebrows.
Yes.
You've got red pokey outy eyes.
Yes.
And a very large wide mouth that doesn't really close very often.
Okay.
But I would think with all the clouds and moss and stuff that's there, that there'd be a lot of allergies with those
Oof.
eyeballs. Maybe that's why they have the double eyebrows.
Maybe that's why they're red.
Maybe that's
they
what I'm saying.
have
They're red. They're
allergies.
they have allergies.
Oh my god.
They need some Flonase.
Well, I would like to touch on something that I found.
Okay.
But sometimes they refer to the giants as redheaded. Dave, anything you want to tell us?
I don't know how many more characters I can play.
Yeah.
I found that interesting. The biggest thing I found interesting is that the people who live on in these particular islands. They talk about underground cities, and that's where the giant live. And that's what I was had to poke around a little bit. Wait, just like Kentucky Mammoth Caves, we have an entrance to the Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
What if
Let Alicia finish. Let Alicia finish. We got ways to go. I got a whole map for that. Come on.
Oh, my bad. Well, I'll take this beer you just gave me,
Okay.
and we'll drink it and shut up.
I just have a couple things, and then I was going to actually bring that
Ooh,
up. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm
It's
excited.
okay.
I'm excited.
As far as behavior, they're omnivorous, so they eat both plants and animals.
I have to interrupt because
Okay.
I also came across that they're also cannibals.
Well, I was getting to that.
Don't steal her thunder. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah.
but thousands of years ago, even longer, there was many islanders that have possibly lost their lives by being cannibalized by the giants. Numerous handed down folklore stories they tell of giants stealing children, pinning them up in cages to be raised to be eaten when they are older. Yeah. So yeah, they might be eating some plants now.
They might be giants.
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, I think that at one point they ate probably more humans than anything else.
Okay.
Go
So I
ahead.
just want to point out one thing. Cannibalism, for them to be cannibals, they'd have to eat each other. Them eating humans doesn't mean they're cannibals.
No, you're right.
I was just thinking about that, Dave. That means that we're livestock.
Right.
Yes.
Just like in the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, so I don't know why
We're
they
not
said that we
livestock
were
in the
being
Hollow Earth, are we?
cannibalized. Okay. That's the internet for you.
Unless they were of a human origin and they've just evolved to a certain size, but yet they're still
Maybe.
considered humans, and then it would be cannibalism.
And to give a side note as far as behavior, and I'm quoting this from another website. It is well known that giants do not like fire, possibly because of their long hair.
Well, okay. Deep thinker on that one.
I know. When one is to travel through giant territory, it is advisable to take a pressure pack can with a lighter along just in case. Yeah. Just a little side
okay.
note. That's a side note for you guys. So the Australian researcher Marius Brayan, and I have a quote from him. They have vast cave systems running within the majority length of the mountains of this 200 plus kilometer long island. And I'm assuming he's talking about Guadalcanal. I didn't say that right. Guadalcanal. That's the biggest island. Some of the giants live in organized lifestyles with social structures, and I have come across many people that believe that they can go from east to west through their cave systems without seeing the light of day. And many believe that their population numbers in the thousands. Like, there's a lot of them. We just don't see them.
Well, the Hollow Earth supposedly has giants,
Right.
aliens, and Nazis. So maybe there is a route they travel.
Right.
The islanders, they believe that there is a huge city of them living inside or beneath the big mountains of the island.
Romania has a whole little legend about giants and underground cities. So what if
Really?
it's the same? They just have different routes they can pop up, cause some havoc, and go back down.
Eyewitnesses that have been captured and released from giants, they tell of advanced technology. Like, they have a lighting system within their cave dwellings and interior that has no obvious source of lighting,
No.
like lamps or bulbs or things like
so
that.
they're aliens.
Right.
Well, I did read one little snippet on the internet. They talked about giant lightning bugs were lighting the underground tunnels.
Okay.
So I don't know, if it's technology or they brought some their lightning bugs from other alien planets that they use.
But this could be the fuel for like like Jules Verne's story, because didn't he have like larger bugs underground?
Well, they had like an not incandescent day. What's the word I'm looking for? Where they had like a
Bioluminescent.
Phosphorescent.
Yeah. You guys are totally right. I was totally wrong. What'd you say? Bioluminescent.
That was Nash. He's right.
Yeah. Burn, right? Big word.
Bam, bam. Where'd you learn that?
I don't know. Who knows?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, bioluminescent. Yes, they had creatures that lived down in Jules Verne's
Right.
Journey Center to Earth. So they're talking about certain what do you call those? Lightning bugs that are lightning these tunnels, these underground cities. Yes, maybe it is the bioluminescent.
Just like the little worms that were in Pitch Black when they all got trapped in the cave and they had to put the little worms in the little bottle there to light the way. The bioluminescence, And how many species of fish in the sea have a bioluminescence or algae or that come up when the moon is out and whatnot, and you can see this waves of big swaths of area of bioluminescent algae coming through. It's out there. We can do it. I think that's awesome. My son told me a little story about lightning bugs, which is cool, kind of on the bioluminescent thing.
Okay.
Is that they have a chemical that they use to actually create the light, but have to use a completely different chemical to turn it off. So maybe these creatures underground just don't have the shut-off chemical so that they can light the hallways, and the giants got used to that.
What are the giants just like, clap on? Yeah. What are that? Just triggers
they freak out the bugs, so they all turn on.
Turn the lights on.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
okay, apparently not.
no, I think that's a good idea. I did see...
And that's all the sound of Alicia BSing right there.
There are reports that at dusk, dawn, or during the night, people are seeing dozens of creatures that fly in groups, formations over the jungle.
What?
Yes. As they fly along over the jungle, they see a man-like creature with a long tail and a red glow coming off their back, and a rolling hum that follows them as they fly over.
That's nothing to do with a giant. What is that?
No, I don't know. That it made me think, like, what if there is some extraterrestrial things going on? Like,
Well, there's
maybe,
reports of dragon snakes.
yes, there is that too.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of weird stuff that happens there. So I'm almost like, who is the, not culprit, but who is the one that is orchestrating all of this going on? But...
Well, I'm going to go on what I was coming across was a couple different stories, and I have a very long-winded story that I'm not going to read.
Okay.
And I'm going to paraphrase very poorly. But it did, yeah. It was going to be a lot, the paraphrase was going to be a lot better, 6 beers ago.
Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
But a couple things that I came across was that there was mention of reptilian overlords.
Yep.
You know, and the caverns going from their city down into Hollow Earth, and there was also a lot about UFOs.
Yep.
So this just immediately, and I have a map.
Oh boy.
We have maps.
This is the map.
You can't see him, but he's got one.
I got one. You can hear it.
You can hear it.
You can hear it.
Visualize.
Yeah, that's
Visualize.
Right. So on this map, there's a few things that are really exciting. Okay. One of which is the sightings for the giants. Now, this island is just peppered. There's got to be every one of these little sightings. There's got to be 40 or 50 of them here
Right,
of reported occurrences on this map. But some other things that are on this map that I think were very kind of mundane and not really meant to talk about giants is on the very northwestern part of this map.
Wait, did you say we're not meant to talk about giants?
I think so. This is when I pulled up giants in the Solomon Islands, it showed me all of these sightings.
Okay.
You make it sound like there's some type of blocker. Like if we try to discuss
Well,
these
is there a
things,
conspiracy?
like we can't ever get to the truth because we're not meant to talk about this.
But we know it's out there.
Okay.
So on this map, in the legend of this map, on the northwestern part, there's a mountain called Mount Dragon.
Okay. Yeah.
Now underneath where it says Mount Dragon,
We're going to drop the ring into the volcano there.
Mount Dragon on this map, and I found it nowhere else anywhere.
Yep.
But in this picture of this map, it says Mount Dragon, subterranean UFO entrance.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of them, and it's like okay. Then on the keep going on. There's kind of in the very central of the Solomon Islands here. It says Giant HQ with a little flag and a little arrow saying, "Here's where the headquarters is for the Giants."
Okay.
Okay. I'm like, I didn't know they had like a HQ, but I guess
Well, is there a mountain there?
I don't know.
Because my guess is that's probably where their
There
city
is.
is.
It's Mount Popo Manisu. Yeah, Mount Popo.
Mount Popo.
Those of you who like Dragon Ball, right on. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Right on. Yeah. Then if you keep looking around, there's also another thing on there that says subterranean giant heaps.
Heaps of what?
Oh boy.
That's a good question that I don't know. And there's also one on the very center that just says gold.
Gold. Well,
There's
okay.
heaps of gold.
Here's
Let's plan the adventure.
Because this is the Solomon Islands.
Here's the thing: the Solomon Islands. Apparently, they have a lot of gold. A lot.
It's okay.
Okay. So maybe that has to do with
Like a large vein of gold there,
Yes.
or they found a lot of gold there.
Yes.
Well, right, and I that makes total sense. But if that makes sense, if that makes that kind of logic in this map, then the same amount of logic has to be applied to the subterranean UFO entrance,
Yes.
and the subterranean giant heaps and giant HQ.
Yep.
So I think of Giant HQ as like they're like sitting around in a large military type building that's really massive, like twice as big as it should be.
Yeah.
Drinking coffee. You know,
Well,
a lot of buttons.
It's a
around.
giant HQ. They're just
they're
just waiting for the clock to tick away, punch out, go home.
They're like, oh, I'm beat. It was a long
Yeah.
day. Nothing on the reports.
I saw some stuff about the subterranean UFO bases.
Oh, what did you find?
But I didn't write a whole lot of it down because I felt like it all kind of repeated itself. But there's a lot of people that believe that there is a connection between the giants and the aliens.
Yeah.
Like that they could be one and the same, or they could be like maybe subspecies or something like that.
A lot of the drawings
Yeah.
that I was coming across on the internet, we were talking about redheaded,
Right.
different color.
You're really honing in on that redhead thing, aren't
But
you?
a lot of the drawings were like, it was fur. I'm like, are these like giant Bigfoot?
Well, that's where I.
That was another place that I
yeah,
read.
because in the very
Not that
beginning,
Bigfoot's already giant, but even gianter.
gianter.
Right.
It says the giants of Guadalcanal are named as such by the Guadalcanal people, and from my observation, they have been. They seem to be very much like Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yeti, and
Yes.
Yowie.
It's almost like the same type of creatures because they all are different.
Right.
Like even in America, we have I just lost the name of it down in Florida, the skunk ape.
Yes.
Versus some of the other
like the Mugion Man.
Yeah.
Or...
Like there's a almost a size difference between them. So stop. And so I almost wonder, is there a difference because they're on an island? Like
Right.
so maybe they're a little bit bigger than what we would have here, but they have all that hair.
Well, beginning to describe it almost as like a mysterious island, or I said mysterious
right.
island. Yeah, what if, yeah.
Did you guys even come across a story about the lady who was held captive by them?
No, but we
Mango?
should get to a few
Yes.
Yes, you did.
I did.
We should get to a few stories. I don't know, I didn't come across Mango, but
Okay.
just, so they're in World War II.
Yes.
There was a major battle here because these islands were kind of in a
Like a focal point. They're in the
a travel
crossfires.
route with a sea travel route.
Yes.
We call that ocean travel, shipping lane.
Yeah.
So it was very this was an important route for the military. Japanese had set up some bases. Then we had the U.S. came in with the USS Enterprise ship. We had a conflict.
Okay.
But there are stories of the Japanese army because they were there and setting up bases. The deeper they went in the jungle to explore, they were coming across what they could describe as these giants. And at night when they were trying to get some sleep, the whales, the howls of these creatures.
Like a Bigfoot howl?
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
So, of course, then massive battle lasted from August of 1942 into November of 42. Lots of casualties. Very, very bad. But I found it interesting that what the Japanese were setting up camps, that they were encountering the giants.
I wonder if reports of this could have fed into what eventually led to Godzilla. Because they're talking about giants on an island.
Dude, while I was researching this, one thing, I didn't click on the link because I was like, it's probably clickbait. But it said Godzilla at the center of the earth.
Ooh.
I'm like, you know he's in the hollow earth right now.
Right?
He's just waiting. He's
just chilling.
Ready? Is it my time? Like, no, not yet, bro.
Not yet. Just relax.
2021. You got this.
Just they had a rough year in 2020. Just relax.
Yeah.
They had their own thing.
And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, calm down. It's
Yeah. Easy, big lizard. Easy.
So even 1942, where we have a lot of the media, ways to communicate and report and describe, the Japanese were talking about. They were encountering these things, so I didn't see anything on the any of the U.S. Soldiers,
right?
Any reports, but I was like, that. Number one, it's already terrifying to be in war. Number two, to realize that there's giants and something that you don't understand in the middle of this kind of situation.
Now, one of the things that I had a question on was they're giants, but are they giants as in a really large Sasquatch, or are they giants as in a really large Cro-Magnon man?
7 feet to 20 feet. 20 feet is a
That's
giant.
Huge, yeah.
Because we don't see anything, we don't have any reports of Sasquatch or Yeti or things being that big.
7 foot is Shaquille O'Neal, right? He's like 7 something.
Right.
Still, that's a giant.
Yeah.
That's big.
That's a giant.
But you don't see anything
20 feet,
but 20
that's
feet.
something out of D&D.
Well,
Right. So that got me thinking of okay, well, could this have fueled, I think of, Cro-Magnon man and, the different species that came across, and we came from, and the beer is blocking some of the good names that I have here,
It's probably not.
The beer is stopping me. But Dave had this earlier. He mentioned it on one of the podcasts, the different the Neanderthals, there you go. The Neanderthals basically disappeared. So could this be like ground zero for not necessarily alien abduction, but the collection of the Neanderthals, experimenting on them, doing things to them.
Just on this island?
Well, it's secluded.
It's super secluded.
So, you know what I mean? Like, there's probably not going to be a lot of people back in the day. When I say that, I mean like a long time ago. People aren't coming there on a regular basis. So it's just like throughout the years, things are...
Yeah, they get a very small tourism board.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like Kong Island in the movie King Kong.
Right.
It's like you really never saw this island anywhere, and then all of a sudden, there it was.
There it is, yeah.
And so I'm thinking that would be a great place to run any kind of experiment, because you're not really going to be found by anybody, because...
You're saying the social media
or
coming out of there is not going to be...
Not going to be very much.
Giants can...
Right.
Experiment. What
aliens
do the
could
people,
experiment.
Aliens can experiment and let
and
things...
nobody will know what's happening.
Correct.
You know,
all the inhabitants of the island.
Right. Well,
part of the Hollow Earth.
So one of my
They're just fooling us.
one of my stories talks about somebody being captured.
Oh, yeah.
How about I just read the story?
You do
okay?
it. You do it.
All right. So Mango.
I like mangoes.
Mango. No, that's the name of the person.
I know.
Okay.
I still like mangoes.
She was kidnapped by the Giants and spent 25 odd years with them.
Not 25 like weird years.
Just 25 years. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They were pretty odd, though. I can guarantee that.
Right. She was eventually found, but she was found pregnant and hysterically frothing from the mouth.
She was going crazy.
Yeah. A giant had taken her as his wife.
Ooh.
Yeah. When the men realized who she was, they tried capturing her. But because her skin was as slimy as an eel,
Which is weird.
yeah, they found it difficult to hold her. So one of the men got some idea. They took some rough-sided leaves, which they used to hold her down and tie her up with vine. She was mentally unstable for the remainder of her life, obviously.
One would expect.
Yes. But through her pregnancy, she gave birth to a boy.
Yes.
He lived to the age of 5 when one of Mango's brothers slaughtered him. So it's a sad story.
Yes.
But it makes you wonder. That was actually one of my questions about this whole thing.
Yep. The logistics of the whole thing?
A lot of the people, like, were they breeding? Were they breeding with the people? Were they trying to have, like, I don't know. Were they trying to get something from us?
The aliens or the giants? Or a bit of both?
I would say both.
So I think the aliens in this scenario, in what happened, is more of kind of like a backseat driver. They're kind of just observing and reporting of what's happening.
Okay.
Where the giants, because the way that I took that story was that the giants were kind of, because they didn't, I don't know if they were genetically manipulated to be the way they are.
Right.
Or if they were born and bred that way. I don't know. But it seemed like they had an innate desire to create a society.
Okay.
To evolve as a society, come together, communicate, and grow. So to do that, they must have known very early on that they need to mate. It's one of the strongest drives we have.
Right.
They found this other one, and maybe one of the little ones was one of the little giants, 7, 8 feet tall, was like, hey, how you doing? And you're looking pretty good, even though you've got no hair or whatever. And took her as a mate, because that's what they do. Because it's basically food, eating, and mating. That's kind of the nature of how things work.
Well, that's kind of where my question led to then also was like, the people that live there now, does everybody have
the genes,
possibly like some DNA from giants? I don't know. I was thinking not out loud, but I was thinking out loud in my brain, because I was like, I'm confused. Like, I wonder, because they're possibly breeding with humans, like, could there be.
There could be a winning scenario instead of that terrific losing scenario.
Right.
Yeah, that horrible scenario with the whole thing. There could have been survivors.
Right.
So one of the things, though, if the giants are having offspring with humans,
right,
the DNA has to be close enough.
They have to be compatible.
Exactly.
Right. So this means that most likely then the giants would be from a human,
right,
ancestor,
or we're from an alien
ancestor.
Right.
Yep.
If you're just catching up to the show, this is what I've been talking about this whole time.
Thanks for
that was a good date. That was good.
But so the question that I have in that story, the big question for me in that story is, why was she slimy?
I don't know. That was actually another. That was a side question because I was like, I'm confused as to why she was so gross.
Yeah, because the need to mate is there in every species on the planet. It's our need to do that to eat.
Like, why is she now super slimy to the point where they couldn't hold on to her?
Yeah, that I don't know.
It's weird.
I get
it's weird to me.
You get she was captured, and I get that they could have held her there against her will for that long, which really sucks. But why was she slimy?
I don't know.
And I could get that she's crazy and she's frothing at the mouth. God, to imagine the things that happened to her in this scenario over this long of a time, I didn't want to think about. But why was she slimy? What was the slime?
I know, that's weird.
Is it like, did they accidentally sneeze or something when they let go? And they're like, oh, sorry about that. And that's why she was frothing. She was just like, I just need a Kleenex.
I don't know. Well, let me give you some more.
Well, we'll never get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Can I give you some more stories, or do you want to go to break?
Are you going to have a story? Oh, yeah. Oh, come back with giant stories?
Yes.
Like the one where the 10-ton bulldozer
I
thing
have
was
that
moving?
one.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Everybody's excited.
I know.
Why don't we take a break, and we'll be back with more giant stories for you.
Or stories about giants.
Right.
You're talking like Captain Kirk from the Enterprise.
I know, you are.
We'll be right back, Nash.
That's very logical, sir. Hey, Mark, we're almost out of Moses Family Jerky Snack Sticks.
That's because you keep eating them.
Paranormal Punchers, you must listen to me. We are you from 10 days in the future.
Wait, in 10 days we get to time travel?
Just listen. In 10 days, you run out of snack sticks. This sends Nash on a rampage, setting off a chain reaction, leading to the end of the world.
Me? I destroy the world?
There's no time to explain. Just order snack sticks now.
They have 3 great flavors: original, spicy, and teriyaki.
The portal is closing. We have to go. Order snack sticks. Save the world.
Is anyone curious how we learn to time travel in 10 days?
There's no time for that right now, Dave.
Right. We need to hit the road and stockpile snack sticks.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Go to mfjerky.com and use promo code SPOOKYJERKY15 to save 15% off your entire order. Moses Family Jerky Snack Sticks. The best snack to pack on your paranormal or normal adventure. We are going to talk about some of the giant stories.
Yes.
And not giant as in a long story, but giants within
as
these
in,
stories.
like, people have spotted and had some weird experiences on these islands.
So I have a small one. One night, sometime during the 1960s. Stop.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. You're laughing, though.
You almost
It's
made
not
Mark
allowed
spin.
anymore on the show.
No. I'm putting my foot down.
Oh, no.
So sometime during the 1960s, the Giants went through Honiara and smashed the town to pieces. I don't
sucks.
have a whole
What
lot
time?
about
What
that.
was the date?
It says 1960s, sometime during.
Well, it could have been that in Honiara at that time.
Is that how you say it?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, but he said it so confidently.
I know, he
that I'm
did.
like, that must be how you say
I
it.
know. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
It could
that
be.
Sounds good.
I mean, in the 60s, basically the townsfolk in Honiara, is that what it was called?
No.
But it doesn't matter. Keep
It's,
going.
it's getting worse
Keep
and
going.
worse.
I know.
You know, in the 60s, there was a lot of LSD going through there. There was a lot of bad things that were happening in
Well, we don't know if that was going down in the Solomon
Yeah, I
Islands.
don't know.
Well, but...
Guadalajara.
What? Guadalajara? What?
Guadalcanal.
Guadalcanal. Yes.
So I'm just thinking that...
Is there a
you know,
place called Guadalajara?
Yes. It's not even
But
remotely
it's
close.
in like South America or Central America.
Something like
right?
that.
Okay.
So
My bad.
yeah. So maybe what I'm thinking is that if these giants represent kind of the same kind of a thing as the Sasquatch does with us. You know, we've always thought of the Sasquatch and Frank as kind of like a protector of the forest.
Right.
You know, kind of a thing. And there's been some conjecture whether it's more of a predator versus what we've been liking, which is the nice, benevolent.
We want it to be
Yes.
benevolent.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling it's the
It
opposite.
could maybe not be. So what I'm thinking is that maybe these giants, which we don't really know which came first, either the Sasquatch or these giants, or that's
What if
irrelevant.
they're one and the same?
They could
That's
be.
what I'm thinking.
But
or at
Like
least
they really
an
are. Like maybe the
offshoot.
ones that we see in the Pacific Northwest.
Right.
We're talking 7 foot. That was the lowest height of the giant. At least what I found.
Right.
That people were talking about. What if they are one and the same? And they all are coming from the Hollow Earth.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. Maybe these, under the same philosophy, are kind of the protectors of the forest, protectors of the endangered animals, whatever.
Right.
And they see it's in the 60s, and there's a lot of the crazy stuff happening in the 60s, just all over the world. I'm just saying. What if in a horny area that they were
What area?
I don't know, wherever the place was called.
On a rate?
What? Ojai?
No.
What?
Oniara.
On
Honiara. I don't know.
honey.
Honey, are you gonna do this
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me or what?
In the honey area,
Honiara.
you know, maybe these creatures and the giants still had that same kind of a mentality that they saw things in the honey area and they were just like, things are going sideways. They're doing a lot of craziness, so we need to go through and wreck some stuff. You know what I'm saying? We need to break down the law. You know what I'm saying? Show
Do
them
you
who's
think
boss.
there's any like power struggle? If
in horny
because a lot of the illustrations, they all look like Bigfoot to me. Just varied heights.
Yeah.
So you think there's a power struggle with a 7 foot Bigfoot that we're used to here in Pacific Northwest, but down in the Hollow Earth or on the
There's a caste
on the
system?
Solomon Islands.
Ooh, maybe.
When they were people were talking about some of them being 20 foot.
Right.
You think a 20 foot Bigfoot definitely sends out the 7 foot Bigfoot. Like, hey, you go out, get some
Right,
photographs, make them blurry,
right.
come back and tell me about what the humans are up to.
That could be.
Possibly.
So here's interesting. In prehistoric times, the atmosphere of the Earth had a lot more oxygen in it, and that's why everything was a lot bigger back then. The extra oxygen content allowed creatures to grow a larger skeletal structure. Okay, but that's why nowadays, like if you see the world's largest man, he was 8'5", I think, when he died. He could barely walk. His skeleton couldn't support his body. And it's a lot due to the physiology of various creatures, but also the oxygen intake and how their bodies can evolve. Now, what if the oxygen content in the mountains and into the hollow earth is much higher, allowing the giants to grow much larger? But when they come out, or those that live closer to the surface or even on the surface, those are your 7 foot varieties. But then the 20 foot varieties, they only come out every once in a while, and they would actually be more limited. It would be harder to breathe out here because they're used to a more oxygen rich environment.
Right.
So that's why we see them even less.
So what you're basically
I like that.
I'm following.
The guy who's supposed to be from the Hollow Earth comes out with something that sounds logical.
So what you're basically saying is that evolution, as in like Darwin and Darwin's finches, happened, but it didn't happen on a longitude and latitude scale. It happened on a vertical scale. So the farther you go down, there's more oxygen rich. So, and because the gravity is going to be different also, that allows for larger creatures, and as it comes up, it's more susceptible to our oxygen, nitrogen environment, whatever, the mix that we have, and different gravitational effects on the body, so that it's now adapted. That's pretty nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it. Wow.
Dave's like,
thanks
yep.
for confirming that, boss.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a lot for a yep.
Let me give you another story.
Okay.
In 1998. So, 20-some years ago?
1990.
22.
22 years ago. At the Gold Ridge, which was do you have it? Do you have it
Oh,
here?
I've got it.
You've got it.
What are
in
you
your
talking
notes?
about?
The Gold Ridge.
Where is it here? I got a map here. It's going to take me a while to find
Okay.
it.
No, it's okay. At the Gold Ridge, which there was like
Literally, you guys print out. You guys have paper. I bring a laptop every time to the session.
I know,
And you
it's
guys
okay.
print out a bunch of papers, and now you're like, where is that on my printout?
It's here somewhere.
Just a little, what do you call that? BTS, behind the scenes, everybody.
Well, anyway, it was like it was an area that they were mining for gold. Okay.
I'm going to put that in the gold area here.
Okay. They had some like really big bulldozers that they were pushing in roads and clearing the mine area.
I found Hun area. There's that the honey
Okay.
the honey area. I find
Yeah.
that on the map. That's pretty cool.
Apparently, the mine borders the giant territory.
Okay.
Okay. One of the huge bulldozers broke down with one of the pins on the blade attachment rendering useless. As it was late in the afternoon, they decided to drop the blade there and take the bulldozer back to the workshop to do some repairs overnight to continue the next day.
Sure.
When they returned the next morning, the blade had disappeared. All the boys became very confused. How could a 10-ton object vanish? Like, it was a very heavy piece of machinery.
I could tell you how to do it.
Okay.
World's strongest, bro.
No. Couple of giants, man.
Yeah. So
They're wearing it like a hat.
they started scouting the area. They did find it, but they also noticed some giant footprints around 3 foot in length close by where like the blade was, or where was left. Finally, some 100 odd meters away on a small hill, one of the boys called out, "Here it is!
How was that? What was it again?
Here it is!"
Okay.
Hey, guys.
From further footprint investigation, they deduced that the giants had not carried it there, but they had thrown it.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude,
Maybe they were doing their own
strongman competition.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
So now let me think about this. Okay, so there's a lot of math involved, and I don't know all this math. So I'm just thinking about the normal size strongman. Okay,
Yeah.
take that person, which is about.
Who are you using?
That's why I say
reference Eddie Hall.
I need no. Don't use Eddie Hall. He's the strongest of. He's don't use him. I'm thinking of what it would take for. How much could a 20-foot tall, kind of a Sasquatch, just chuck a blade? A 10-ton is basically 20,000 pounds,
So
right?
if you're 20 foot tall,
Which is
Yeah, it was. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that heavy, but
Dave,
pretty
help
heavy.
us
It
with
was
the math. So Nash.
yes.
So last week or 2 weeks ago, we did the
Yep.
strongman thing.
Yep.
So you're 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, 6'2".
6'2". You carried on your back
Yep.
the keg. The
365
keg
pounds-ish.
365 pounds. So now make yourself 20 foot. How much weight
Right.
would that be? Dave, do the math. He's doing it. Ladies and gentlemen,
He's
you
doing it right
cannot
now.
see it, but he's got a calculator out. He's doing something.
He's a
900
clock
pounds.
wow.
900.
ish. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
not.
Now, see, that's the thing, though. It also doesn't scale linearly. I mean, look
Correct.
at a gorilla.
Correct.
bigger than they're about the same size, but they can have a lot more, or they have a different muscle structure. They can. They're a lot stronger. And it comes back to, okay, with that 20 feet, if that was a 20-foot, but they were like the world's tallest man, they were actually very weak because their system didn't support it, or were they, very, so there's a lot of variables to take into account.
If everything was linear, as in size and mass and height, and everything was in proportion, it wouldn't just be 900 pounds, because that's like just literally three of me doing something. Right, that would be three of me, and that's
scary.
Right, that would be
calling the military.
That would be a lot of ribs. That would be a lot of ribs. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. Eating ribs. I'm just saying.
Is that what we're having
baby back
tomorrow? Picnic?
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's good stuff. But the scale and mass and volume and muscle structure. Oh my gosh, maybe they could. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dave's math is right.
Well, 10 tons.
I just did 2.5
No,
matches.
it's way under. It's way under what it should be.
What's 10 tons?
10 tons is 20,000 pounds.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, like...
You did not.
Stop. No, I was like, it's really heavy.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. It's really
I would agree
But
with that,
so-
too.
So a blade was...
But it wasn't one giant deciding to pick it up.
Maybe
and
it was
do,
a bunch of them.
Maybe it was
throw.
like two of them like hoisting it and doing
Yeah.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, and
2, 3, a couple just like just this will be fun. This will be funny.
maybe they could. I don't know. It's a big blade, but if you're that big,
Dave, in the D&D world, 20-foot giant, what would that be in what would
centimeters?
come up, a frost giant? What would that be?
Yeah. What be?
No, like 20 foot, that's strong. What kind of giant would we encounter in the D&D world?
I mean, there's an Etten or something like that. Ogre.
Okay. So, what, hit points? 57, 68?
Yeah, I mean, they'd be strong. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So the a Caterpillar D8 blade spec weighs about 10,000 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about 5 tons.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
and that is a current
You said
Caterpillar.
10 tons.
I said 10 tons.
Oh, did you?
But this is old
actually was
school.
10,000 pounds you meant.
Well, I mean, I copied and pasted, so I don't know.
Actually, Cajun Tech will love to hear that.
I know.
Yeah, so it was old school tech, so it could be more steel than what we have. We have different alloys and what we can do to make.
But even 5 ton
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
to pick up and move. And didn't they move it somewhere and they found it randomly and like, oh.
No, well,
Weird.
So where they found it, they didn't see any footprints like coming up to it, so it was almost like they threw it.
They must have chucked it.
They threw it from
So
that location.
If it was a 10 or
so-
15,000, and if it's scaled and literally 3 of me can lift 1,000, I really think that maybe 1, if not 2 of these guys could have just chucked that thing.
Did you hear about the premier of the island or president or prime minister? I don't know. But anyway, his car got stuck in the mud
Okay.
and they couldn't get it out. So he hiked 10 miles back. I'm trying to remember, paraphrasing, whatever. 10 miles back to the town. Organized. He got 30 dudes
Yeah.
to come help get the car.
What kind of car was it?
It was a big, probably, I don't know, big SUV
Okay.
to get it out of the mud. They couldn't, I think it was, I don't know if it was with his buddy. But anyway, so he went back to town, got some 30 people to come back. As they were approaching, they could see the 2 giants had already picked the car up off the, I guess it slid down a bank.
Okay.
Put it back on the road, and they saw these 2 giants, and were like, oh. And they ran back to town.
Well, that would make sense with the weight.
They were like, nope. And they took off. Like a day later, or maybe a couple hours later. Maybe it was a couple hours later. Paraphrasing. Something I read on the internet. Then they came back. Car's still there. No giants. but a lot of giant footprints.
Nice. Well, that would make sense.
And they're like, ooh, all right. Probably got in their car and took off.
Yeah, because that would make sense with the weight. Because an SUV, for those two giants to do it, if they could correct
that'd be
SUV,
easy for two giants.
They could literally
pick an SUV up and put it back on the road. Yeah,
it's going to weigh less. That SUV weighs more, I would guess, than the blade from this Caterpillar. This
no! Do you think the SUV weighs more than the blade?
Oh, to Google. Here we go.
Yeah, no, seriously, no. The blade of the dump truck or whatever weighs more.
You think
a car
so?
is not. It was 5 tons. A car is only about what? A ton?
Nah.
Dave,
My old sports car was about 4,000 to 5,000 pounds.
Okay.
so the blade of a backhoe bulldozer is more than Dave's car.
So this says a large truck or SUV weighs 5,600. Yeah, so about 5,000 pounds. That's what this.
So easy peasy for the Giants compared to that backhoe blade.
Yeah. So if it
Right.
took.
But they were helping. So they were getting the car back on the road.
Mm-hmm. They're like AAA.
The premier or the president, whatever it was of the island, was he the premier? Whatever his title was, came back with 30 dudes, and they freaked out. This would have been a great opportunity to make relations. Thank you so much for helping out. But they freaked out and ran back.
Well, yeah, I could just see two giants picking up a car.
But what you want to know? No, but they picked it up and put it back on the road. Like, these were the nice giants.
But they still could eat people.
No. Like, at this point, they didn't know that the giants eat people. In this case, they picked their car and put it on the road. It would have been a nice opportunity to...
Like Triple G instead of AAA? I wonder if there's a premium, like a monthly service
Triple
cost.
G, Giants, drive-in.
Giants.
What?
Call the Triple G Giants, and they'll come save you.
We're making big burgers today.
I had a thing about the ex-prime minister and previous Guadalcanal premier, Ezekiel Alabua.
What?
I don't know what this was his name. Ezekiel Alabua. He recalled that when he was a child, his father took him to a burial cave in East Guadalcanal. Inside was a complete skeleton that must be around 15 feet in length.
Oh.
And I feel like I was seeing some other stuff about there is almost like grave sites or like a grave pits of some of these skeletons. But I don't know how... Like, I didn't see a whole lot about it, and I was like, okay, so there's only, like, a few people talking about this, so I don't know how true it is.
Somebody's got to have a coffee table made out of that.
Right?
I'm just saying, if you would have found these giant bones, somebody with questionable morals or whatever should have made, a coffee table out of these things.
Yeah.
Because that'd be cool.
I don't know.
Maybe. Not really, but kind of gruesome. But it'd be interesting to see.
So, as far as, like, what are the giants?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That's... What are
the
giants? Excellent transition.
Okay. So I have a couple things here, and I have another one that I actually didn't write down. So is it a fable, a tale, just a blatant lie? And is it to arouse interest into coming to the Solomon Islands?
Well, I'm aroused. I want to go.
Okay. The second thing was, is it an allegorical story for people to learn from? So, like, some of the things, like, some of the stories, like, can you learn something from this?
Right. Is there a moral to each one of these stories?
Exactly. The third thing I have is it a hominoid unknown to nature, similar to cryptids like Bigfoot, Yeti, Yowie, etc.?
I like that. I I like that explanation.
Okay. And then the third one that I didn't write down, but I was thinking about, I was like, what if it's an alien derivative?
They
know what I
hybridize.
mean?
I'm telling you.
Exactly. Like, what if it's something that comes from aliens? I mean, we talk about the fact that Bigfoot is an alien. So
Sanitation
I don't
worker.
know. Like, what if they're stop? What if there is something that is like they started something, but now it's something else. I don't know.
So basically they seeded the island. They did these things,
Right.
And now they're just kind of sitting back and they've kind of taken on their own, the giants.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of creating their own society. They're doing their thing.
Right. I mean, the fact that they possibly have their own city underneath the island that has got some lighting that isn't necessarily lamps. Like they're not
figured it
tapping
out.
into our electricity.
They figured out. They're never said they were dumb.
No,
They were just a new species.
It makes you think, like, oh, I wonder if it is a derivative of an alien or something else.
And if they're compatible with other humans on the island, then that would mean that they would still retain some kind of base knowledge, which would mean that they would want to progress.
Right.
Even at whatever level that might be, getting light, breeding, making a society, moving on, growing as, I don't know, as a society. I can see that happening.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but I really want to go back to the Hollow Earth.
Okay.
I think we need to go back and explore some more.
Okay.
I want to go to the Solomon
Seriously,
Islands.
I mean, this is like making me think about the Hollow Earth. Again, talking about Romania, there's another country. I can't think of it right now. When I was doing my research, I'm using air quotes because it was. Hey, look, I had to work today. But I was like, well, why are there other reports about these giants in these other regions?
Yeah.
And the same reports talked about underground cities.
Yep.
Romania, Solomon Islands, and there was one other location. And I did jump on and try to find that really fun map of Hollow Earth, where it showed Kentucky, the Mammoth Caves, and some other places. I was trying to figure out, are these all areas that people have theorized over all these years that were entrances? So, like Romania, Kentucky, we got Solomon Islands, which is close to Australia, and there's a caves called I can't remember the name of the caves. But they're all over the place, but they're all, I'm like, are they starting to sync up? Like, you can see the connection.
And I half think that these caves, basically, my thinking is that the aliens took did their genetic experiments and whatnot, or the reptilian overlords, whoever did these experiments, used the under earth cave system to travel from one area to the next. And I half think this is the my version of an Occam's razor.
Right.
Is that really what happened? Is they went to the Solomon Islands, and something happened, and they got cut off.
Okay.
Something really simple like that.
Okay.
They got cut off somehow, some way, and they're stuck there. And so
The giants
literally being stuck there, they were like, okay, well, that would explain, that would give enough of a reason for a society with a religion based on a UFO as something. That could give,
explain them eating people that live there. Because they're like, well, we're trapped.
We're trapped.
We're getting hungry.
We've got to eat. And what we find there are things like pigs and chickens or whatever is there, whatever is indigenous to the island, that is not enough. But, oh, look, there are these other animals that are a little bit bigger. And they don't have a whole lot of claws.
Maybe it's a couple meals right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. I don't know. I could see a very simple reason leading to this scenario.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking right now in my head is Alicia allowed us to go off the rails.
I know, I did.
She did not,
oh, my gosh.
She did not pull us back.
Yeah,
No.
and you actually went with us.
I went with you this time.
Yes.
You had company on the off the rails.
Happens.
We created a hovercraft. We can go anywhere we want. Anywhere.
It might be because I had 3 beers before we started.
Yeah. Well,
But,
Well,
yeah.
there's a lot of excellent information out there, books. Actually, not a lot is actually, that's not true. The information is limited. It was not
There
easy
wasn't a
to
whole
find.
lot, no.
There are some cool books on the Amazon. There was some of the books that were coming up, or references coming up, it'll lead you right to the same author. I can't remember his name. Borean.
Boreanus?
Borean. But it doesn't really matter.
Maurice Borean.
There you
What?
go.
Okay.
Boreas Morius?
But if
Yeah.
it sounds fun and
He's a
interesting,
researcher.
yeah,
Okay.
go check it out. Research more. We
Yeah.
did a bunch for you.
I know. We did some.
I think our
But-
version of the Giants and their underground system is pretty fun.
Yeah, and it does kind of link up with some other theories that we have and some other ideas.
True.
Got an idea for us for a topic?
Yes.
Send it in.
Send it in. ParanormalPunchers@gmail.com, ParanormalPunchers.com, Facebook, wherever.
And we will
Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram.
Yep.
quickly kill it. We will just destroy it.
Oh,
Like we'll just kill the topic.
kill the topic. Or,
As in we'll
or-
We'll take
Yeah, where
all
did
the
that come
stories.
from?
We'll take all the
Okay.
stories and talk about them after having many beers, and
Okay.
probably get most of it wrong.
Yes, I know.
well, I think
But enjoy
I did
it.
print
Enjoy
out
yourselves
some
doing
stuff,
it, though.
so.
Yeah. And go take a look at this map because it's pretty cool. It does say subterranean UFO entrance.
I
right on there.
know. I know.
Just saying, this is the mic dropping.
I was
but the mic is
super
paper.
interested about that, but I couldn't find a whole lot of like.
you couldn't find a
specifics.
whole lot on
whole
the answers
lot.
to Hollow Earth. Hold on.
Okay.
There it is. There it is. There's that laugh that we had. That's the laugh that we all
Look, I'm
got.
getting too.
right.
That's not a good look. I'm going to have to
Okay,
make a
guys.
really good dinner.
That's right.
I know. I'm hungry.
Wow. ParanormalPunchers.com. Find all the ways to contact us, follow us, have a good time with us. Again, we always wish you well. Hope you're doing awesome, being safe, staying healthy. Let's see what else. Oh, Fly, Finchy Fly. One more shout out for you, dude. He also reminded us that we are 10 away
Yes.
from 100.
I know.
Ciento.
Technically, I guess 9 away
9 away. Yeah.
when this drops.
Yeah.
Technically, we actually are over 100 because we had weird news,
Right.
weird news. Wait, yeah.
We had some extra
Weird news,
stuff.
weird.
Yeah.
weird news, weird. No, news, weird news.
Weird news.
That's why we stopped
Oh
that
my
segment.
gosh. We couldn't figure it out.
Plus our bonus episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
But our regular episodes numbered appropriately, we are 10 away from, or
Yes.
9 away from 100.
Yes.
Now, when that hits, it's actually Halloween
Yes.
of 2020.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I don't know, anybody listening, you have any ideas of what we should do? I'm
Right.
thinking a game show, paranormal trivia, some type of game show. Maybe
Right.
we'll have prize giveaways, not for these characters, for
Right.
you.
For you guys.
Maybe we'll pull names out of a hat. I don't know. Let's make it a big, do we do a Zoom? Do we do it live? I don't know. Let us know.
Maybe.
Ooh, maybe.
Let us know. But yeah, almost 100. Now it would be double that, but we only do it every other week
Right.
because
Right.
Of course.
Right.
his life gets busy, as you all know, and we love you. Thank you so much for listening to the show. And Alicia, anything else?
No, I think you covered a lot of it. But yeah, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Like, just talk to us.
Wow, a couple beers. She's like, yeah, Instagram.
Wow, you're
Bring it on.
really like adding to our nonsense here. That's pretty nice.
Nash, anything else for the listeners?
No, I want to say this was a very fun subject, and thank you, Bob and Jenny.
Yeah,
This-
Bob and Jenny, thank you.
This has been fantastic. You know,
They probably, hopefully, they're like, man, they really didn't. They didn't do a good job at all.
well, and we might hear a little bit more of Bob in the future. You never know.
Oh.
Dave, anything? Final words for everybody out there.
Not really. The one thing I was hoping to find on this that I didn't, Roald Dahl did not when he was in World War II, he was not in the Pacific Theater because this sounds a lot like a basis for the BFG.
Right?
But he was not there, so that's not where this came from. Or that's not where that came from.
Boy, wouldn't that be cold?
But
though?
it could be still an inspiration. He could have received or read about it, and that could have turned into the inspiration.
The BFG.
Well, all right.
Okay.
Until next time, thank you so much. You rock. I had one little thing that popped in my head, but it just went out. Oh, we're going to do some movie talk.
Yes.
Has anybody seen The Vast of Night?
Oh, my God.
Amazon?
It's so good.
I haven't.
It is so good. Watch it.
Go watch it. I think we're going to do an episode on Patreon about it.
Yes.
The Vast of Night.
But if you want to talk about it, hit us up
It's good.
on the group page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out. Because I think it'd be interesting to talk to all of you about some cool paranormal movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been a great time. If it's not weird,
It's not worth checking out.